and always faster and faster.
Welcome back everybody to With Antone MotoGP, and great news, we're racing this weekend and it's going to be rain and pain, and that's what Le Mans might deliver this weekend, because when it rains in MotoGP, everything changes. You know, nearly half of the last 20 French Grand Prix have been hit by rain, and when that happens, the form book goes straight out the window. And that means this weekend might not be about the fastest bike, it might be about who's brave enough when it really matters. Because in the wet, the usual favourites don't always win, and names like Márquez, Zarco, Miller and Binder suddenly come alive. And in a home race for Fabio Quartararo, national pride's at stake, pressures on Yamaha and tension will be in the paddock. This one could get very interesting. Okay, let's talk about the rain factor. Rain at Le Mans is forecast, and rain and Le Mans mean unpredictable podiums. The grip disappears, electronics matter less, and rider instinct and talent really come forward. And the stop and go nature of the Bugatti track in the rain is where the reputations of riders can change. Like I said, it's not about who's got the fastest bike. It's about your timing, being brave enough at the right time and making it really count. And don't forget, if you're enjoying this with Antone MotoGP, why not hit subscribe? It's free to do it and it really helps the channel out. Okay, so we're talking wet weather. Who are the wet weather kings? Who are proven wet weather racers? Well, Marc Márquez, Jerez Sprint in 26, Zarco, the home hero last year, he won in 25. Pecco Bagnaia, remember Thailand in 24, smart and controlled. Brad Binder, as I mentioned, Austria in 21. Jack Miller way back in 18. And Alex Rins loves a mixed chaos condition. And of course, Alex Márquez, he's proven across all sorts of mixed conditions. So the key takeaway, what I'm saying is rain doesn't create random winners. It rewards a specific skill set of the rider. When it rains, the grid does not just reset, it reshuffles towards the question of who is the bravest rider. Now, Johann Zarco, what a great story. Last year in front of his parents, the home GP win. Can he make it back-to-back French GP wins? Look, I think it's a real possibility. He knows the track, he thrives in pressure, and rain removes the Honda weaknesses very slightly. And if it rains on Sunday, don't be surprised if we hear the French anthem playing once again. And speaking of French riders, let's talk about Yamaha. Sometimes it's the darkest before the dawn. Now, Fabio Quartararo, home GP, home pressure, home expectations. Now, he's already been quite emotionally vocal this season. And what will the all-time Bugatti circuit lap record holder say this weekend? Every rider has national pride. This could be Fabio's turnaround weekend. But Yamaha's MotoGP boss, Massimo Meregale, he didn't expect to find it so hard, but it's turning out to be really hard. Now, this development is showing it's a red flag for Yamaha. Yamaha's falling behind structurally and technically, and this is adding all sorts of tension to the pit box. Budget, what direction they're heading in, and who's leading. And you know, for me, when the off-track interviews are more anticipated from Fabio than the on-track performance, you know that there's an issue. I'm going to be talking some more about this again real soon. And look, talking Yamaha, what about Toprak and Miller? They've got wet weather cars that they can play. Toprak saying in the press he's not enjoying riding. That's a huge statement from Toprak. He's still adapting, but the rain is a leveler and that could level things out. But don't forget, Toprak, it's his first time racing at Le Mans, but he's determined to succeed. And Jack Miller, if it rains, he becomes instantly relevant. He's proven to be quick, and last year he let that victory slip away. So Yamaha need a miracle, the weather, at Le Mans, and the crowd might deliver the miracle they need. Now look quickly, KTM, chaos again. Former Tech 3-star Jonas Volger will ride in place of Vinales, who's still out injured. Internal instability, the test rider situation, Pedrosa doesn't want to ride. It signals to me that the team is not fully in control. KTM really feels like they're reacting. They're not in control of what's going on, and this is a dangerous part to be in, particularly on a weekend like this. They need control. Now, Paddock Politics, we touched on this. MSMA versus Liberty Media. Supposedly the deadline's 11 May for the new 5-year deal, and what we're seeing is a split grid. You got 2 people ready to sign, Honda and Ducati, and you got 3 resisting, Yamaha, KTM, and Aprilia. Now this is big. The future of MotoGP's direction is at stake for this agreement. But I want to ask, who's representing the riders in this new 5-year agreement? Look, it's one of the things that we need to talk about some more. So much focus on manufacturers, but such little focus on what's happening with the riders. But while we're watching the action on the track, the real battle for the future of MotoGP might be happening behind the closed doors. Okay, past form, you know I like to look back. 25, Quartararo put it on pole. Zarco won, Márquez again strong. 24, Jorge Martin from Márquez and Mr. Go Free Bagnaia. And I've gone back to 23 because Bezzecchi won from Martin and Zarco. So a real mix of manufacturers. Le Mans does not follow a script. What's my prediction for the podium? I think if it stays anywhere near dry, I think Jorge Martin is due from Bezzecchi and Alex Márquez. But in the rain, well, what do? I think Zarco's the main threat. Marc Márquez is always there. And look, if it's going to take a miracle for Yamaha, then this might be the weekend they can do something on the podium. If it's dry, expect form. But if it's wet as expected, flag to flag chaos. So Le Mans doesn't just test speed of the riders, it tests the nerve of the riders. And this weekend, the weather might decide just about everything. So set your eyes on Q2 because grid spots will mean everything. Where you start might be where you finish. But what do you think? Who's going to triumph at Le Mans? Which bike is the best for the stop-and-go nature of the Ducati track? And will Liberty and MSMA reach an agreement? And what about Fabio and Zarco? Are they going to be able to make a home race statement, whether that be on the track or perhaps statements off the track? Why don't you let me know in the comments? I'm going to be reading all those and we can have a discussion. And of course, if you've enjoyed the episode, then please give it a like. If you're brand new here, welcome. Why not subscribe to the channel? And why not share the video around? And as always, with Antone, it's data, not noise. Okay, thanks for watching this week and enjoy the GP. Bye for now.